Hi everyone, welcome to goclasses. So this is mentorship session 6 for GATE 2027 aspirants or GATE 2028 aspirants for goclasses complete course enrolled students. So we have invited Pragati Yadav, who secured All India rank 285 in GATE CS 2026 with full-time job. She also secured All India rank 596 in GATE DA 2026. So with full-time job, she cracked gate CS as well as gate DA. Okay, so she did full time job from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, the commute time just to go from home to job, that commute time was also around 1 hour or more than 1 hour. So with job she managed her gate preparation. Okay, and she achieved this rank. So yesterday we already conducted one mentorship session with Pragati. So this is I can say this is part 2 of mentorship session with Pragati. Okay, so mentorship session 5 you can find on YouTube. You can search on YouTube like go classes mentorship Pragati. This is what you can search on YouTube and you will find the session. So this is the next part of that, or I can say mentorship session 6. Okay, so over to you, Pragati.
Hello everyone. I will introduce uh, myself, tell a bit about my background. So, I have completed BTech in computer science last year, that is 2025. And throughout my BTech, my focus was placement to get a job. But when I figured out that I am not getting a desired placement, so around June end, I thought of preparing for GATE. And from July, I started preparing for gate examination. I had referred to YouTube for my preparation. I was a Go test series enrolled student, and I have watched all the free YouTube resources for Go classes. And I also prepared while doing a job and got All India rank 285 in CS and 596 in DA.
Okay, so thank you, Pragati. Now, students, you can raise your hand if you want to unmute, and if you want to speak, to ask your doubt, if you want to speak, then you can raise your hand. Okay, or you can ask your doubts in the chat. Okay, so we have Lokesh here. So let me unmute Lokesh, or let me make Pragati. I am making you the host. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so you are the host now, Pragati.
Okay, Lokesh, I will unmute you first.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi.
Yesterday, I'm waiting for so much time for to ask these two questions.
Sorry,
In the
Lokesh.
gate,
Yeah.
okay, ma'am, it's okay. In the gate syllabus, around 70 to 80% of the topics are relatively easy. Once we understand the concepts or questions, we mostly solve directly. But the remaining 20 or 30%, like B plus trees, tuning missions, graphs, reconciliations, paging, such type of topics are a bit harder than a relative normal problems. And for these questions from these topics, we need to solve in the gate examination problems. Is it enough for Go classes test series and PYQs, or we need to enroll any other test series, other platforms?
Okay, Lokesh. So I will tell you, Go classes, you are a full course enrolled student, right, for CS?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So
Yes,
whatever for
ma'am.
whatever topics you find hard or challenging for the gate examination, the Go classes content or the modules which are there, in their course, that are more than enough. Like if you are doing that, there are no surprises you will get in the exam, and not just the course content. When you solve the topic wise test, the weekly test, the mock test, and even the AIMTs when you will attend towards the end, that is going to be more than enough. You don't have to even get a second thought that should I be enrolling in any other test series. As per my experience, I will tell. While I thought about purchasing a test series, I enrolled for Go for the first time, and I also had enrolled at one another test series. And I'll not name the platform, but the first test I gave, I had to just shut the test in between. I did not even complete it fully because the question seemed very irrelevant. The even the platform was not very user friendly. The test platform. So for Go classes, I'll tell, even though I purchased the whole test series, since I got it around November, I did not have much time to give all the mock tests. So I would say I solely relied on all the around 6 to 7 all India mock tests, which are free, right? And even those tests actually, those were the rank deciders for me. After every test, I learned so much, and I will tell you some questions which were very tricky. Like there was a question from just one example I remember. It was from compiler only, where we had to identify some context-free grammar or something. So a lot of the platforms even gave wrong solution, but because it was a tricky question, right? And it was two marker question, and that was almost exact similarly present in the mock test that I had given. So as answering your doubt, the Go classes course, the test series, it is more than enough. So just don't even get a thought that you should invest time at any other test series or platform.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. And every month I'm covering two subjects, ma'am. Actually, my timetable, as per my timetable, because in the end of the day, I need to practice more questions and attend mock tests. For that, I'm preparing every month. I schedule two subjects. And the
Okay.
last month, I scheduled like operating system and engineering descriptive mathematics.
Okay.
And I completed operating system very good, and I completed goclasses test series as well as PYQs. I really much better than last attempt, and I'm fully
Okay.
confident on that subject. But 1 month time is entirely I spent for operating system, and I covered like there is a topic called first order logic. Already covered that first order logic in descriptive mathematics. And my question is like, we need to study textbooks to solve exercises is needed, or only go classes test series, ma'am? Like, is it necessary to read textbooks or not?
See, textbooks, I think for Go classes, the entire course is designed, or all the modules for each subject is designed from highly standard resources. So I think you're a bit confused whether this is enough or you should be taking something else
Yeah.
in terms of test series or lectures. So I really want to give you 100% assurance that Go classes course, as well as the tests which you will be giving, they are more than enough if you do it, wholeheartedly. If you watch every lecture with full focus, you understand everything, and if you don't, you watch it again, that is more than enough. There is no need for you to read the textbook, because all the content is designed from standard resources itself. So otherwise, it would have been mentioned, right? But it is more than enough. Also, about completing two subjects in a month, I feel like there are certain subjects like operating system, then there is COA, there is computer network, and in fact, even engineering mathematics. These are very large subjects. So these will take time. These 4 or 5 subjects which I named, they are going to take time. So instead of trying to rush them, that you have to finish two subjects, for these 4 to 5, I would suggest you to take it a bit slow, because there are other subjects. Suppose there is C programming, then there is
Data
DS and
structures
algo,
knowledge.
right? So these you can, maybe take one hard and one easy subject, or you can finish these, and then in the later months, CDS, these are something that you can cover quicker, right? Even digital logic, the syllabus is not that huge compared to the earlier 4 and 5. And engineering mathematics is very huge. So I feel like, if you for this, my approach was not like I'll complete the entire engineering mathematics in one go, because there are multiple topics which may not be even interrelated. So you can do it in parts. You can do set theory, group theory, and whenever you are tired by doing a heavy subject, you can take up a easy topic like like logic, propositional logic, or any other topic.
Ma'am, one last question. Whenever we solve any question in mock test or in co-classes series, we feel like there is some knowledge we need to study. Like there is a scope to improve our knowledge. Um, we might miss up. we need to go and watch the entire lectures is not possible. Like suppose I need to study for paging, it is a scope to
Yes.
learn. I need to study for entire paging concept is not enough right now. How can I overcome this problem while I'm doing this, preparing for it?
See, while suppose if you take paging, now if you have already completed OS, you have done paging, and during mock test, when you encounter a question which you are not able to attempt, so if you go to the gate overflow discussion panel, there I think all the answers are very descriptive. For most of the questions, if you just go through the answers provided there, there would be multiple approaches, and even if you have already studied the topic, then I feel like you will be able to understand the question from the solution given at on those uh, channel of gate overflow.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So actually, I just want to answer. I just want to mention one thing to Lokesh. See, Lokesh, if you see in the Go classes for practice, what all things you have. So there are weekly quizzes, more than 100 weekly quizzes, and there are more than 100 tests in the test series. In the test series also there are topic wise test, subject wise test, mix subject test, full length mock test, and then at the end there will be all India mock test. Okay, so different categories of test, and weekly quizzes, more than 100 weekly quizzes. Other than that, you have 40 years of gate PYQs. Okay, so that's around, I can say, 4,000 questions of gate PYQs. Other than that, we have DPPs. Okay, every day we are putting 10 questions from the standard resources in the DPPs. So basically all these questions in the weekly quiz, in the test series, in the lectures, in the DPPs, all these questions are from the standard resources. It's not like we are making questions. Okay, we are basically taking the questions from the standard resources, we are converting them to MCQ, MSQ, NAT, and we are providing you the solution, the explanation, the answer. Okay, the point is all these questions are standard questions from various standard resources, and all these questions are unique questions. Okay, these are disjoint questions. Basically no question is repeating. It's not like weekly quizzes questions you will find in the test series, or test series questions you will find in the weekly quizzes. It will not happen. So these are similarly DPP questions are different. Okay, all these are disjoint collections of questions, and I'm pretty sure that if you solve all these questions in 1 year, that's not possible. Okay, so there is no, I can say, lack of practice questions. Okay, if you are thinking that in the go classes test series or in the go classes weekly quizzes there will be lack of test, and once I run out of the test, okay, once the test are, I can say, over, then what I will attempt? Okay, I need more test series, some other test series. The point is, it's like almost every day if you attempt one test or one weekly quiz, then also you will not be able to complete all of them. Okay, like Pragati started in November. Of course, November, I can say, is kind of late. Okay, not for the full length mock test, but for the topic wise test, for the subject wise test, I can say November is late. So you should attempt topic wise test, weekly quizzes, subject wise test. These things you should attempt, I can say, now onwards. Okay, and from the November onwards, from the December onwards, you can attempt the full length mock test and all India mock test. Okay, so overall the point is, there is no lack of practice in the go classes. Okay, all these things you just attempt gate PYQs of the last 40 years, then you have weekly quizzes, go classes, then go classes test series. Okay, and go classes DPPs. Okay, so this is, I can say, a huge collection of standard questions taken from standard resources. Okay, so I think that will be enough practice, and that will be enough attempting of, I can say, test for your silly mistake to reduce the silly mistakes, to make your time management better. So I think this will be enough. Okay, Lokesh? So yes, next, Pragati, next we can take. So we have Aryan here. Hello, Aryan. Aryan has had raised the hand. Now I think he has lowered it. So yes. Hello, yes, Aryan.
Yes, sir. My question is to both of you, sir. So I have completed two subjects like C programming and data structure before the that you provided the schedule. Now, when this according to the schedule, when C programming is going on, I want to just test that I have if I have completed or not. I have gone through all lectures. I have attempted all PYQs also, topic wise. Now I have also prepared their short notes also. But now I want to test whether I have completed my subject or not. So how can I test myself that my subject is completed or not?
So, Aryan, you are saying that you have seen all the lectures, right? You have completed from the Go Classes course for CE and DS.
Yes, I have completed all the lectures. I have prepared short notes also, and also I have attempted PYQs also. And all After all lectures, homework is given in complete course. So I have also attempted that, but I have completed that almost 1 month ago. But because after that I completed data structure and linear algebra, but now I want to test myself whether my C program is completed or not, so that I can move to another subject like digital logic or any other subject. How can I test that what I have done is sufficient, so that I can revise that and I can go with another subject?
Okay, so Aryan, what you can do is firstly you can start with your another subject, right? So I feel like once you have completed a subject and you then again keep on giving time to the same thing, then later you might get a tighter schedule, right, towards the end of months. So what you can do is you can divide your time of the day. You can give time to studying your new subject, and 2 to 3 hours you can keep from separately for solving questions, where you can do the the harder PYQs if you had marked while solving for in your first round. If you encountered something, a challenging question, you can mark that, and also you can attend the subject-wise test which are given on in the course of Go classes. So the thing is, you start with another subject, whatever 2 to 3 hours you give in your day for question practice. Solve the PYQs for C and DS, the challenging ones, the subject-wise test, because I think in the topic-wise and then the entire subject test, the questions are of really good level. So if you are able to solve those, then I think you're good to go. And even if you find, a few questions which you're not able to solve, I feel like that is okay. That does not mean that you have not done the entire subject properly and you need to go over it entirely again, because in that case, your pace might become slower. So, if you're able to attend around 70% of the questions on your own and only a few you need to take help of, you can go and read the solution from Gate Overflow. So, I think that is a good way to test.
So here actually one suggestion, the same suggestion that Pragati has given, that same suggestion I was about to give, but exactly the same thing Pragati has already mentioned. Okay, basically, Aryan, you are asking about some benchmark. Okay, like we have completed a subject, but what is the benchmark that where we can test that okay, we have actually understood the subject. So let me tell you, Aryan, and this is this I am telling to everyone, that if you want a benchmark that okay, what will decide that I have completed a subject in a good manner, or I can say in a decent manner, then the answer is Gate PYQs. Okay. Remember, Go classes weekly quizzes, Go classes test series, Go classes topic wise test, subject wise test. They are they are for improvement. Okay. They will have different questions from the PYQs. Okay. So if you solve it, if you don't solve it, okay, if you do it right or if you do it wrong, the point is those are meant for your improvement, for your learning. Okay, but the benchmark, that is Gate PYQs. As Pragati is saying, that you start the next subject, you just don't wait, like okay, don't wait for perfecting C and DS. Sorry, okay, C programming and DS. You are thinking that okay, first let me perfect it, then I will go to the next subject. Right, Pragati? This is what I think Aryan is thinking. But
Yes, yes.
as Pragati has suggested, that you just start the next subject, okay, and every day maybe 1 or 2 hour, or maybe 2 hour, maybe you can give for, I can say, Gate PYQs or revision of C comma DS. Okay, and and you can judge your knowledge by Gate PYQs. Remember, judge your knowledge by Gate PYQs and improve your knowledge by weekly quizzes and topic wise tests and subject wise test. Okay, so don't judge your knowledge from the test series, don't judge your knowledge from the weekly quizzes. These are for improvement, these are for learning. If you want to judge your knowledge, you can do it with help of Gate PYQs. Okay, one more thing that Pragati has mentioned, that is really beautiful point, that even when you are solving the gate PYQs, then also remember, it's not like that if you solve 100% questions, if you solve 100% gate PYQ, then you are having the good understanding. No, remember, overall, for every subject, I'm saying that for any subject, if you are comfortable with 60%, 70% gate PYQs on your own, you can solve 60%, 70% gate PYQs in a very nice way, I can say, with a correct understanding, clear understanding. Then you can tick mark that subject. Okay, you can check mark that subject, that this subject is my, I can say, expert subject, or my strong subject. Okay, remember, 100% no one can solve. Okay, so 100% is not the perfection. The perfection is 70%, I can say. Okay, and the remaining 30%, as Pragati is saying, that you can just read the solutions on the gate overflow and you can try to understand from that. Okay, so the remaining 30% questions, you can take them for learning, for improvement. Okay, so I hope overall this suggestion is for everyone, not only for Aryan. This suggestion is for everyone. Don't judge your preparation from the test series, from the weekly quizzes. If you want to judge your preparation with help of test series, then you do it in the month of December, January. Okay, when all India mock test will start, then you can do it. For now, your complete focus should be on analysis, improvement, learning. Okay, I hope it is clear. And the benchmark to benchmark which will decide whether you have understood the subject or not, whether you have understood the concept or not, that is gate PYQs. Okay, so everyone, this is a suggestion for everyone. Aryan, anything else?
Yes,
Pragati?
sir. After completing
Yes.
the subject, I was able to solve approx 80% of the question of the both subject, and then I have made a short notes that were relevant from the PYQ. That any concept that I have learned from PYQs, I have made in a short note. So now I can think that I am good to go with another subject, right?
Right,
Yes, yes.
right, Aryan.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next, Ritesh. I can unmute Ritesh.
Hello.
Hello, Ritesh.
Hello, ma'am. Uh, Hello.
Yes, Ritesh, you're audible. Go ahead.
हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं?
हाँ हाँ रितेश.
ओके। मैम मेरे मतलब अभी मैं फोर्थ ईयर में हूँ और मैंने गेट क्वालिफाई किया है 32 मार्क्स।
ओके.
मैंने मतलब इधर उधर से टेलीग्राम से लेक्चर्स वगैरह देख के वो सब किए थे, 32 मार्क्स आ गए। और अभी मैं ड्रॉप लिया है इस साल, मतलब 27 के लिए मैं ड्रॉप लेने वाला हूँ। तो मतलब ये रोड मैप कैसा होना चाहिए? मतलब हम लेक्चर देके फिर नोट्स बनाए, और अभी मैं जो ये कर रहा हूँ इसमें नोट्स मेकिंग में ही ज्यादा टाइम चला जा रहा है। मतलब वो, और मैं वीकली अपने जो शेड्यूल है उससे मैं लगभग 20 to 25 डेज लैगिंग कर रहा हूँ। तो मतलब ये कैसे मैनेज करूँ?
देखो रितेश, अभी आपने ड्रॉप अगर आप ले रहे हो तो आपके पास है सफिशिएंट टाइम. तो
हम्म।
इनिशियली तो जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि अभी आपके पास टाइम है, ठीक है. इफ यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम नाउ, तो आप एक तो वन आपके पास जो भी आपने कोर्स लिया है, सब्जेक्ट वाइज आप एक सब्जेक्ट उठाओ एक बार में, एक या मैक्सिमम दो स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. बट अगर आप बिल्कुल ही फ्रेश, आई वुड से कि आप एक सब्जेक्ट से स्टार्ट करो. आप उसके सारे मॉड्यूल्स देखो पहले, ठीक है? आपने एक सब्जेक्ट का पूरा लेक्चर्स देखे, मॉड्यूल्स देखे, वो खत्म किया. फिर आप जब दूसरे सब्जेक्ट को स्टार्ट करो, तो पहले वाले के उसके साथ में पीवाईक्यू स्टार्ट करना स्टार्ट कर दो. वैसे तो आप अगर कोर्स देख रहे हो, तो उस लेक्चर के अंदर भी बहुत सारे पीवाईक्यू कराते हैं, राइट? तो मतलब मैंने जो स्ट्रैटेजी फॉलो की थी उसमें पहले पहले मैंने 3 से 4 जो थोड़े चैलेंजिंग सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं, जो थोड़े चैलेंजिंग नहीं बट लेंदी होते हैं, राइट? मैंने वो उठाए
हम्म।
थे पहले. जैसे मैं कंप्यूटर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आर्किटेक्चर, कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क्स और ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, और आई थिंक डीबीएमएस भी है, और इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड भी है, तो डीबीएमएस भी एक है जिससे आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. तो आप पहले तो स्टार्टिंग में वन सब्जेक्ट एट अ टाइम लो. ठीक है, फिर आपने जब 3 से 4 सब्जेक्ट ऐसे कर लिए, क्योंकि आपका सिलेबस भी कंप्लीट होना इम्पोर्टेंट है, आपको चीज़ें भी समझ आनी चाहिए। उसके बाद जब आप 5th या 6th सब्जेक्ट में जाओगे, तो आप पहले चारों के फिर PYQs करना स्टार्ट कर दो एक साथ, राइट? अभी तो आप एक सब्जेक्ट कर रहे हो, आप पूरा मॉड्यूल फॉलो करो। आपने एक मॉड्यूल फॉलो करा, उसमें अगर टॉपिक वाइज टेस्ट आ रहे हैं, जो भी आ रहे हैं, होमवर्क क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, आप वो कर रहे हो। तो पहले आप ऐसे एक-एक सब्जेक्ट करके आगे बढ़ो एंड उसके बाद आप PYQs, जब अगला सब्जेक्ट उठा रहे हो, तो पिछले वाले की PYQs प्रैक्टिस करना स्टार्ट करो। और
अच्छा।
नोट्स का आई वुड से कि देखो नोट्स, मैं भी मुझे भी नोट्स बनाने में बहुत टाइम लगता था, तो मैंने नोट्स नहीं बनाए थे बहुत सब्जेक्ट्स के। मैंने स्टार्टिंग में कोशिश की थी, मैंने 2 सब्जेक्ट के नोट्स बनाए थे, बट फिर मुझे रियलाइज़ हो गया कि अगर मतलब नोट्स बनाने में तो मुझे 1-1 महीना लग रहा था सब्जेक्ट कंप्लीट करने में। तो जिस
हाँ।
भी सब्जेक्ट के अगर पीडीएफ्स अवेलेबल थी, इनफैक्ट गो क्लासेस पर तो एनोटेटेड नोट्स होते हैं, तो मुझे पर्सनली उन नोट्स में से पढ़ना काफ़ी अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि सर जो भी पढ़ाते हैं वो एनोटेटेड नोट्स में तो पूरा सब कुछ लिखा होता है। उसके अलावा आपको टॉपर के नोट्स भी मिल रहे हैं। तो आप अगर आप ट्राई कर सकते हो कि आप उसमें से समझने की कोशिश करो। जब आप एक टॉपिक खत्म करते हो, तभी एक बार उसकी नोट्स की पीडीएफ को जस्ट रीड कर लो, क्योंकि अभी आपने टॉपिक पढ़ा है, तो आपको वो पीडीएफ अभी तुरंत समझ आएगी। और एक बार आपने फर्स्ट टाइम नोट्स रीड कर लिए, तो आपको सेकंड टाइम रिवीजन के टाइम पे इतना टफ नहीं लगेगा वापस से वो नोट्स को रिवाइज करना। सेकंड टाइम आपको कम टाइम लगेगा। तो मैं ये सजेस्ट
हाँ।
करूँगी कि नोट्स बनाने में टाइम अगर लग रहा है, तो आपको हर सब्जेक्ट के नोट्स बनाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आप क्या कर सकते हो कि जब आप पीवाईक्यूज़ कर रहे हो, तब अगर आपको कोई डाउट, पीवाईक्यूज़ के लिए तो मैं सजेस्ट करूँगी कि आप हार्ड कॉपी भी लेके रख सकते हो, बिकॉज़ पीवाईक्यू सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं। तो पीवाईक्यूज़ करते टाइम अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं बन रहा है, तो आप वहाँ पे उस क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन नोट कर सकते हो, या फिर आप शॉर्ट नोट्स बना सकते हो। अगर किसी सब्जेक्ट में फ़ॉर्मूलाज़ हैं या फिर ऐसा कुछ है, या फिर कोई बहुत ही अलग-अलग कॉन्सेप्ट्स को शॉर्ट शॉर्ट में लिखना है, वो चीज़ें आप कर सकते हो, बट पूरे नोट्स बनाने का मैं नहीं सजेस्ट करूँगी, क्योंकि वो रिक्वायर्ड भी नहीं है।
ओके। और हेलो।
हाँ, रितेश।
हाँ मैम। मतलब मैंने भी गो क्लासेस का एक कोर्स लिया है मैम। तो
हाँ,
उसमें सब्जेक्ट के लिए मैं खुद बना रहा हूँ जो सब्जेक्ट मुझे मतलब हार्ड लग रहे हैं, जैसे टीएम और प्रोबेबिलिटी और लिनियर अलजेब्रा, इन सबके मैं खुद बना रहा हूँ नोट्स। और अगले जो सी और या फिर डिजिटल लॉजिक है, उनके में जो करण अग्रवाल है जो टॉपर
हाँ।
के 100 नोट्स है, तो उनके प्रिंट आउट लेके भी मतलब काम चल सकता है, ऐसा हो सकता है?
हाँ, हाँ रितेश, आराम से। इनफैक्ट अगर आप लीनियर अलजेब्रा भी ले लो, आई थिंक इन सब के भी एनोटेटेड नोट्स, वही मैं कह रही हूँ, अगर आप एक बार लेक्चर देख के उस टाइम नोट्स का पीडीएफ देखोगे तो आपको समझ आएगा, क्योंकि जस्ट अभी सर ने पढ़ाया है, अभी आपके सामने लिखा है पूरे लेक्चर में। तो उसके बाद जब आप पीडीएफ देखोगे आपको समझ आएगा। लेक्चर के अंदर एक्चुअली जब हम नोट्स बनाते हैं ना, तो सर की बोली हुई एक-एक बात लिखना बहुत टफ हो जाता है कि आप सब कुछ लिखो। बट जो नोट्स का पीडीएफ है उसमें सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, तो अगर आप वो रिवाइज़ करोगे तो वैसे भी कुछ मिस नहीं होगा। तो आगे के लिए अगर आप नोट्स रेफ़र कर रहे हो तो वो काफ़ी सफिशिएंट है, आपको हर सब्जेक्ट का लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी।
ओके। थैंक यू मैम।
रितेश, ये लीनियर अलजेब्रा वाला क्वेश्चन चैट में भी आपने लिखा है?
नहीं 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 मैम, मैंने नहीं।
ओके, ओके,
थैंक यू मैम।
ओके रितेश। DK, I will ask you to unmute.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Uh, yes.
Yeah. So hi, I'm DK and I'm preparing for gatecse along with job. I gave one attempt in 25 and my score was 555, and 26 May it was around the same score. It's like I completed 50% of my syllabus during, I think 25 में I completed almost 50%. And heavy subjects में से I could complete, I mean 50% of the heavy subjects you can say.
Okay.
Engineering mathematics I completed completely, and some part of the discrete mathematics that way. So what I, I analyzed my attempt, and what I got to know is that maybe coverage might be an issue. So that's why I got the 50% uh, only marks only from the 50% of what I studied. 26 May, but I got this similar score, even though I completed, I think, two more subjects. Not even increase in the score. Scores were nearby, only a little bit decrease in the marks also. So my question is ki, I know coverage is important, but I would like to hear from you ki, um, like, did you try to complete all the subjects, or you left something deliberately? One to is deliberately, or one to is you didn't have the time also. Since you were also preparing with job, and within 1 year only you had to complete all the courses, right? You mentioned ki that you took the goclasses course and you completed within 1 year. So that thing, like, what coverage did you go for? And secondly, I wanted to know your revision from PYQ plan in detail. Like, how did you plan it? During what months you planned it, and when did you start solving PYQs? How much time you gave for solving, for evaluating them, and again relearning from those PYQ? And how did you achieve this along with having your job every day? Especially these two. And third is, how did you manage to complete all the PYQ twice or thrice along with your job? So these are major. Rest are there, but one or two only. But I'll ask after these.
Okay. And I wanted to know that were you like enrolled with Go classes earlier also, or this is the first time you are doing from here?
I was enrolled in 2025. So there only I completed, I think, I completed TBMS, engineering mathematics, discrete mathematics, I think, logic I could complete. Rest of the topics, yeah, I didn't at the time only, along with the job only. So
Okay.
I also completed OS, networks, and digital logic I had studied during my college year. So I think Boolean algebra and very little basic things I could study on my own, like from some book or that way, and I could attempt those. But yeah, the major drawback I found is I couldn't solve PYQ that with that intensity and with that attention, because my focus was on completing the course at that time, 25 May. And 26 May, for Gate 26, I completed, I think, TOC and DSL core subjects also. So one thing I found during these two attempts were ki for coverage, I couldn't attempt PYQ nicely. But how were you able to achieve that along with your preparation just in 1 year?
Okay.
And that's efficiently ensuring a top rank and top marks with a good accuracy.
Yeah, right. DK, so a good thing is that you have covered most of your syllabus, in the last 1 or 2 years. So that's good because the thing is that syllabus, okay, firstly, syllabus coverage is important, I would say, because more or less all the subjects have pretty much, equal weightage. Like for most of the subjects, all because there are 10 subjects, and I think almost all are important except maybe one or two, but which are smaller subjects. So syllabus coverage is definitely important. I would not say that you can leave, any subject. As per me, I completed the entire syllabus. The other thing is that just completing subjects is definitely not enough. It is like not even close to what one should be doing. But the good part is you have already covered the syllabus. For me also, how I was able to manage is that during my BTech, since I graduated last year only, so for my semester exams I had studied most of the subjects very thoroughly, because my mindset was that these subjects could be asked in the interviews also for my placement. So I had studied them, like, complete playlist from YouTube during my semester exams only. So when I started preparing, I just had to watch the lectures. I did not make any notes because the basics were clear for me. So I think for you also, you would not have to make the entire notes of each subject, which would save a lot of time. So as per my strategy, I used to complete, suppose one subject I did, for me, I was able to complete two together, operating system and COA, I was able to complete together. So when I moved to the third subject, I used to solve I had a book of PYQs, right? For me, that helped a lot. I needed it in a hard copy. So that had all the PYQs till the beginning of GATE till 2025. All PYQs were there, subject wise, topic wise, and the solutions were also there. So, whatever subject I used to complete, I started the PYQs after completing the entire subject, because in between also topic wise questions were already there in lectures. So after I finished one subject and moved to the next, I used to solve PYQs for the previous one, and what I practiced is that I made it fixed that I will be solving 20 to 25 questions every day, no matter what. So that helped me maintain that consistency of solving questions, because there are so many PYQs and they are extremely important. So consistency there is required. So this is, and I used to mark it, circle the questions in book and write the the thing, the hard questions I used to circle and write the solution or one liners in front of it. So this is what I did, and after completing 4 to 5 subjects, I used to maybe take any random weekend and go through my book and see if I'm able to solve the questions again. This is how I uh, this is the what I practiced from July till October, I would say. So most of my subjects were completed by October, and I also, the good thing is, because I was doing PYQs from the beginning only, I was able to complete the first round of PYQs for the subjects I had completed by October. So this is what I'll suggest you all also, to start doing PYQs from the very beginning and not put it towards the end, because then it would be too much to do, because later you will be attending giving mock test and practice test also, which you will have to analyze. So at that time, if you have PYQs also to do, then you will be confused whether to do PYQ or mock test. So definitely, I think the problem for you, or what went wrong, would be that you were not able to practice as much questions, because along with syllabus coverage, it is extremely important that you solve PYQs as well. This year, as you have completed most of the syllabus, I think whatever the Go classes modules are, you can just see the lectures with full focus. You will not need to make any notes. You can pause the video and try the questions on your own, whichever are coming, and learn from those. And for testing your knowledge, you should also solve PYQs right after completing the subject. If I'm missing anything, DK, please ask again.
Yeah, so I got to know that you are not making notes, so that could be also one thing. Only thing you're like regularly mentioning you go through the annotated notes, but like for you, since you like recently had completed your BTech, so many of the things might be in mind only. One thing, um, watching the lectures, notes help in actually fixating the thing. But let's say if you're leaving notes for some topic, how did you ensure that you remembered those things? So that also wanted to know. No, मतलब you went with only the annotated notes only. You watched the
Yes.
lecture, solved the question at the same time, and for revision you went to the annotated notes. So your time required for creating the notes, that is, let's say if there is a 3 hour lecture, so 1 to 2 hours for notes creation, you saved that and you put that into question solving or PYQ solving. But this thing, how did you ensure that you remembered those things? Well, one could be solved by solving the PYQ only, but again, like I would like to
Right.
hear from you only.
Yes, yes. So the thing is, for I had made, for all 10 subjects, I had made folders on my laptop, and I used to download notes topic wise, and they were in the PDF, sequence wise. So I would say that at least once I had revised all the PDFs, like at least I had gone through a quick brush up from beginning to end of the PDFs at least once for all the topics. Because revision is definitely important. I would say for a few subjects, I revised the PDFs 2 to 3 times throughout the year. So for me, I had a folder for all 10 subjects where I had the PDFs downloaded in sequence. I used to practice PYQs, and if I have a doubt, say in a computer network question, then I would see that okay, this is from say fragmentation. Then I had I had labeled or named the PDFs from the topic's name, and I used to just go to the folder, open the topic, and read it. Also, even if there was no doubt, I at least made sure that I go through the PDFs at least once to revise all the topics. So before exam, when I was giving mock tests, analyzing them, I made sure to revise one whole subject in a day. As I said, I had already once after watching the lecture, I went through the PDF. Then even in the mid-year or after a few subjects, there was no fixed or any pattern or schedule that I used to follow. I went with the flow. I tried to complete the syllabus by October. It got stretched to December. I knew that I have to complete all the PYQs, but I did not go very hard on the schedule that this is the these topic PYQ I'll complete by then. So I kept flexibility there. So even on days when I was very tired, I did a few days. I even did PYQs of aptitude just to maintain the consistency. And as per the revision part, whenever I got time or I felt that I'm forgetting the subject, I opened the PDF and I used to read them. Also, for this, since it was on my laptop, I a few days I used to revise these theoretical aspects from the PDF on the way to office or back home towards the end, like in October, November, when there were only a few months left for exam.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it. One more thing. Um, let's say you had this 20 questions everyday solving thing, right? So were you also watching lectures while solving PYQ, or this 20 questions every day you started after you had completed your subject? Because 20 questions could be a mix of easy and heavy. And even if you give like 2 minutes per day, it will take around 40 minutes to 1 hour. With job, you have around 2 to 3 hours every day at most. Like if you're not, like if you want like 8 hours of sleep and you have like apart from the job hours, you have around like 3 hours. So I'll say you have every day. And if you're giving 1 hour for PYQ, you have to give time for evaluating and learning from them. That would take around 1 hour. So it's like 2 hour PYQ and 1 hour for lecture. So like
Right.
is
Okay. Yes, I'll answer that. So, firstly, I don't think there were any 8 hours of sleep during the preparation journey. It was like 4 to 5 hours only of sleep that I got, and also there were my target was of 25 questions every day, and this I started after I completed around six six subjects when I had completed. That's when I decided to do this. So what I used to do is I used to do any random 25 questions. I also honestly I used to click pictures on my phone of the questions from book, and in office also whenever I used to get time I used to solve 5 or 10 in office, and after coming back home usually at night. And yes, I did watch lectures also because syllabus completion was also important. So I used to study like if I am sitting at 8, so the initial hours were more. My mind was more fresh then. So 8 to 11 or 12, I used to watch the lectures and cover the course. And from 12, I used to think that okay, as soon as I finish my 25 questions target, I will get to sleep. So that was like that. I had to compromise on my sleep a lot. So lectures, I made sure I do it because if I used to solve, I tried both ways. If I did questions first, then I used to feel sleepy watching the lecture and I was not able to focus. So the lecture watching part I used to do before 4 hours, and when my target for the lectures was complete, or when I felt that now my focus is decreasing, so then I understood that there is no point of just watching lectures. Then I used to begin starting the PYQs. And only and also if I'm solving PYQ and I encountered a doubt, then at the very moment I used to look it up, mostly on Gate Overflow or in my notes PDFs, and only once I understood the question I used to move to the next one. That was my strategy.
Okay. Actually, I'll share my plan how currently I'm doing it. I still have some topics or some of the subjects left. So, so what I've planned is I'll like go for lectures during weekday and weekend pay. I'm keeping it for especially PYQ and questions from the practice questions or videos and all that way. So I'll I'll love your input on that. And secondly, during my attempt for this Gate 26, most of the MSQ may I had almost like most of my marks gone. I attempted it, but like one or two options I like solved it wrongly, or maybe in some questions also there was like English language or something. Maybe I couldn't interpret. I knew the concept, but because of the English language, like I couldn't understand what the question maker was actually saying, or I couldn't analyze the option correctly. So just because of one option, there were many MSQs that couldn't give me marks. So that was one thing. And secondly, there were like at least around 6 questions. That is like I analyzed my attempt. So there were around 6 questions which I'd marked for review. Um, so I thought it may take time for solving it, so I kept it for later. But they were the questions were easier and they could be solved, but they would take most time, or let's say more step for solving. So how did you identify this easy or let's say medium questions that need to be solved apart from the normal general pattern that you encounter during your practice and PYQ solving and all? So these 2 to 3 more.
Okay. So the first question would be I think in like my personal suggestion would be that instead of watching the lectures on Monday to Friday and questions, fully if you do questions on the weekends, I think it would be better if you balance it out because if mostly it is for solving MSQs, it is very important to have a very strong conceptual knowledge. MSQs mostly test your concepts in a very good way. So I think PYQs are very important, or any question practicing is important, but at the same time, it is extremely important that whatever time you're giving in watching the lecture, you are sitting with full focus. Because I think with limited time, we can't afford to repeatedly watch the lecture just because we could not focus in the first go. So I would suggest that this is exactly why I decided to solve a few questions daily. It maybe instead of 25 you could go with 10, but I feel it is very important to get habitual to solving questions, because there is a lot of times you are able to you like later you realize that I could have solved it, but only practice can get you to solve it at the moment in exam. So I would suggest that you watch lectures also every day. Maybe if with job it is difficult at times, it's okay if you watch even one lecture a day, some days when you are exhausted, but keep time for questions also. And lectures, I feel like personally for me, on weekends, since I had so much time, the entire day was free, I used to like the moment I used to get up in morning, I used to sit and complete my syllabus. This especially happened in November when I explored the Go classes. So I was still there's I think around a playlist of 44 videos where there are marathons and of Go classes. So later when I saw that, oh my God, there's so much gap, knowledge gap here. So I panicked, and I had only November and December almost to complete the entire lecture. So that knowledge, I think, is what decided my rank, because whatever different I learned, which made me stand out, or which made me stronger in terms of my thinking ability, was from those lectures. So I used to sit on weekends and till evening I used to just watch lectures. And after that, when I used to feel exhausted, I went to solve questions, because honestly solving questions felt like a game to me, that how many I'm able to solve in going through solutions. But lectures are, I think you should watch at the time when you have full focus. And also make sure to do questions all 7 days a week, even if those are very few. And I think there are a lot of months left now. You still have time for gate. So give time to understanding the concepts. That is extremely important. This syllabus completion, question practice, that is just one thing. Don't forget that the entire point of giving gate is, to gain knowledge. Because when we say that this gate would be beneficial for you whether or not the exam goes right, is because when you genuinely prepare for gate, you gain a lot of knowledge, and that knowledge is important. So I would suggest that you should give proper time to the modules or the lectures you're watching, and not just rush through it on the first 5 days of the week. So that would be one thing. Then the other part about identifying questions. So, just because of practicing so many questions, how I became almost in January was, whenever I'm reading a question, right? So the moment I read the first word, a vision or a visual was created in my head. I used to write on paper whatever information I'm getting, that okay, this is given in the question and this is being asked. And if I in exam also I did that. I used to write whatever information is given in the question. I used to visualize, and this came with practice. So after writing all the information down and the what is asked in the question, I used to think how to do it. And if I felt like that is like, I used to just after you visualize, you do understand, whether it is, some questions are very straightforward, you just mark and go ahead. Some questions are very standard, you have already must have done questions like that before. And some questions are lengthy, and you understand when you visualize it. So those questions I used to still try for a minute or two, but even after, if 2 minutes I felt stuck, I used to move ahead. Because it is very important that you go through the question paper once and not miss any question which you could have done, right? This also I learned from the mock test, because time management is important. If you give a lot of time on a question, and that makes you miss one or two questions which you could have done, but you couldn't because you never got time to, then that won't be right. So once you complete your syllabus properly, because it's, again, I want to emphasize that it is very important that you understand everything. And the lectures, when you watch the lectures, that is the time you should have 100% focus. So your most efficient time of the day should go towards watching lectures, as per me. And towards the end, like right now, you do a subject, solve PYQs, and from October or November, whenever you start giving full length mock test after completing about 70-80% of your syllabus properly, that is the time when you will have your first one or two or three mock tests won't go good, even when you solve, even if you have completed 100% syllabus. Because it is only through mock in the last 2 to 3 months when you learn a lot. um, and that makes you improve your gate exam accuracy and results. So then you will automatically, when you analyze the test, give a few mock tests, you will get into the rhythm, and you will be able to identify questions which or the approach to solving questions in gate exam through those mock tests.
Got it. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Pragati. Thank you for the inputs, and like, I'll try to implement them. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
All right.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes. Yes.
Hi ma'am. Hi sir. Uh, I actually started my GATE preparation this April, and I'm currently in my final year. So I also have my end sem exam from 2nd to 11th June. So, along with that, I have college submissions and attendance. So it's been a very difficult for me to manage everything together. So, I came to know about the Go classes quite a late. So I feel like I started a bit late compared to others. And next year will be my first proper attempt. Yeah, so in this situation, like what strategy should I follow in coming months to catch up with and to aim a good rank? Like what kind of rank should I aim? And I'm a bit confused about the skill development also. Like, should I focus completely on Gate for now or balance it with DSA or other skills? Since my goal is to get a good job through MTech, and I don't want to miss out on skills either. So what would you suggest, like what I prioritize right now, and what mistakes should I avoid at this stage, since next year is going to be my first attempt?
Okay, and currently, are you in your, you have just started with your fourth year, or you're about to complete your graduation?
I'm about to complete my graduation. Like next to next month, I have my final exam, and like upcoming 14, from 14, I have practicals exam.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
see, one thing is that you have decided to give gate. It is again, the mindset is very important. I think all these distractions or confusions you should avoid. If you have if one for once, if you would have been third year, then maybe I could have thought like what should be the approach for you for next year. Should you sit for placement or for gate? But I feel like it is high time, and you should decide one thing. If you're still confused whether to do DSA or GATE, then I think you should sit with yourself and understand better, because I would suggest that if you're going with GATE, it's not too late. First of all, it's not too late that you found Go classes, and it's not too late to start even. And everyone's journey is different, so there is no need to compare yourself with others, how much syllabus they have completed. Uh, Giving my example, suppose I started in June. I did not even take a course. So the thing is, do not compare with anybody. As long as you know that you genuinely have to appear for this exam, you know why you are giving this exam, you would be able to do it. And for now that you have your exams from for whatever the short span of, I think, 10 days when your exams will happen, it would be definitely, it would be difficult to study thoroughly for gate in that time. So just be prepared. On those days, if you get time, you could spare an hour, because during examination, of course, you have to pass your semester exams as well. So apart from that, for now, you can give a fixed, maybe at least 3 hours to gate, or depending on how much you have covered for your semester exams. When will you be like completely done with your exams, by the way, for your semester? In June, is it? Unable to unmute. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, my final will end on 11th June with everything, like exams and practicals, and with this presentation and all.
All right. Okay. So, Ahmed, yesterday only we were discussing, even Sir said a line that, GATE is a gateway to a lot of opportunities. So, if your target is placement, I think after giving GATE, there are various, first I'll tell you, why you should even consider GATE. So, after giving GATE, firstly, you have the opportunity to, study from the top institutes of India, like the topmost colleges. You have you can appear for the top government organizations. There are various other exams, say for BARC or ISRO. These companies, they conduct their own exams as well as hire from based on the gate score. And for their own exam also, the syllabus is very like almost that of gate. So there are endless opportunities that you get once you start preparing for gate. So you should make up your mind, and you should definitely not be distracted and focus on gate. That is the first step. If you have this confusion of placement versus gate, it will, that would be a trouble for you only. uh, Now, as per of the strategy, I think even if when your exams are done on 11th of June, you will have ample of amount to start. But before that, maybe for now, like this 1 month that you have before your exams are over, you can maybe take up easier subjects, right? Because as you said, your goal is placement. So I'm assuming that C and DS algo, at least these two subjects out of 10, two subjects, so you would be able to do easily if
Yeah,
placement is
yes,
your thing, right? So out of
yes.
10, see, you're covering two subjects, and these two subjects have very high weightage, around, I think, at least, like, I don't want to quote an incorrect number, but like out of 100 marks, a good weightage is there from just these two subjects. And as even I found, I was thinking last year that since I'm preparing for placements, it is a major advantage because two subjects you're already good with. So maybe in this 1 month before your placement, I think these two subjects you can manage easily. If there is any larger subject you can take, like I think DBMS is would be easier to understand, or according to you, whatever subject you find you are comfortable with, you can complete. And by complete, I mean you can watch the module, like the entire lecture in that order or sequence that is given, the homework questions that come in between, and the PYQs for those subjects. So if you can pick any two subjects and complete it in this manner, that is the lecture plus module, homework questions, and PYQs for any two easy subjects, I think that is possible to do in a month, especially these two subjects that I mentioned. So mentally also you will feel a bit relieved that okay, I've done at least 2 out of 10 subjects. And from June also there is ample time. The strategy could be you identify, at a time just pick one or two subjects, and how to complete it. As I said, knowledge is very very important. You have to make sure that you are watching the lecture with full focus, because if you do that, no, later on you will not have a problem. But if you just rush through the syllabus, then later you will regret that, because that is not a good strategy. You will not be able to solve questions no matter how many times you look at the solution if you have not seen the lecture properly. So just pick a subject at a time, go through it properly in complete sequence, follow the entire module given. Once it is completed, pick the next subject and watch the and solve the PYQs of the previous one. Right. So that's the strategy you could follow.
Okay, like yeah, you know what happens whenever I take lecture, since in the second week of April, I started taking DM and EM. Since Deepak sir has said, कि if you complete DM and EM, you will, the other subject will get easy for you to understand and uh, tackle hard questions. So I thought, why not I should start with the DM and EM, so I should build my foundation. And so with that, there is a time I started making notes while taking the lecture. So what happens is, okay, while taking this notes, I was not able to complete the required lectures per day. Since per day you have to complete two subjects, each subjects you have to take at least 1 to 3 lectures, like around 2 to 5 hours, 2 to 3 hours. And what happens is, while taking the notes, the lecture is about 2 hours, and with the notes it goes around 4 hours. And because of that, I was not able to manage my college and with this with the that this gate preparation. And I was feeling like if I won't complete this required target, I might miss, I might stay behind, since the competition is very tough. And so it gets me demotivated. And I still remember, I should not be, appear for the weekly quiz, but I, out of curiosity, I thought, okay, I should attempt. And it was I was learning linear algebra that time, and I just completed around 5 to 4 lectures. And with just that, it's still able to score 10 out of 20. And it was like, I was like, wow. I'm still like, the weekly quiz is not asked me to solve yet, and I get to, I get 10 marks in from 20. So it was like, I was like, am I doing this in a wrong way or right way? Moving forward, I watched on YouTube शहजाद आलम भाई सेड के जो बिगनर्स होते हैं उनको पीवाईक्यूज को स्टार्ट में नहीं करना चाहिए, एंड यू इन दिस मीटिंग सेड के पीवाईक्यूज करते रहना चाहिए। एंड उनका काउंटर ये था कि बिगनर्स पीवाईक्यू करेंगे तो वो सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे कुछ क्वेश्चन, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा डिमोटिवेट हो जाएंगे। तो सेम ऐसे ही कुछ हुआ था जब 20 में से 10 आए थे। थोड़ा सा मोटिवेशन हुआ था कि आधे लेक्चर से ही मैंने 10 स्कोर कर लिया। एंड थोड़ा सा इस चीज में मुझे डाउट है कि लाइक पीवाईक्यूज राइट आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द लेक्चर्स इज बेटर, और राइट आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द टॉपिक और सब्जेक्ट इज बेटर, लाइक सॉल्विंग पीवाईक्यू।
Okay, see, this is आपसे you're saying कि आपने आधे lectures देखे थे and you gave the weekly quiz. I would say कि 10 on 20 you scored pretty good. I remember the first few, after I watched the subjects from elsewhere and I gave the subject-wise test, I scored very poorly in a lot of them. But the only thing is that you keep learning. So first, I think coming on the notes part, I would, say that if it is possible for you in any way to understand the notes PDF which is provided in the modules, I think it is best. The best thing you can do is, suppose you're studying linear algebra, I would just say that you take a rough copy, a pen, and sit. Whatever question, just take it slow. I feel like the course is so good. If you sit with full focus, you will understand everything. Don't rush
Yes.
it and just, don't think about notes, PYQs, just think about learning. Okay, when you're watching a lecture, just focus that you have to learn. So just sit with a copy, a pen, whatever sir is telling. Whenever, there are so many examples in between. After every line, Sachin sir gives like four example to, you know, explain that. So try your solution for each example in the rough copy, match it, and move ahead, right? You will understand the notes automatically if you understand the lecture, because entire thing, whatever sir is teaching, the same PDF is available. So I would suggest not to waste time on notes. Second, about PYQs, of course, that's what I said, that solving, after every topic, picking up PYQs, it is not that necessary, because anyways you're getting questions in between the lectures. So once you entirely complete a subject and you move to the next subject, then you can start with the PYQ of the first subject. And the thing is that don't be disheartened. In the first go, you will not get everything right. The only thing is that, as I said, I did 2 to 3 rounds of PYQs. So it was not like in the first go only I was able to solve everything. Even so, when you're doing the second subject, I think it is right time to start with the PYQs of the first subject. Otherwise, it will, a lot of things will pile up for you towards the end. So not topic wise, but I would suggest कि जब पूरा एक subject completely finish हो जाए and आप next पे जाओ, then 1 hour a day you can give to solve PYQs of the previous one. And don't think कि आपको सब solve करना है. आप, I think at least first round में तो ये लेके मत ही बैठो that I have to just solve everything and test everything. Just solve to see कि आपसे कितना हो रहा है. कुछ नहीं हो रहा तो you're learning like that. आप एक subject खत्म कर रहे हो and you're solving PYQs. Then you, अगर आपसे नहीं बन रहे, then you're understanding कि even after completing the subject, why I'm not able to solve PYQ. And you learn through reading the solutions, various approaches, then you will automatically get better for the next subject. ऐसे करके जब आपके 3 to 4 subjects complete हो जाए, then again आप वापस से PYQs देख सकते हो. So there are multiple iterations that you have to do. You will not get, because no one does, no one gets it right in the first round. And even for the weekly quizzes, as sir said, those are for learning. वो इसलिए बने ही नहीं है कि आप टेस्ट दे के आप उसमें 100% ले आओ. There are tricky questions there. There are questions जिनसे आप सीखो बाद में after exam. Okay, so for the lectures part, आप, I would say कि notes तो इतने important नहीं है. Understanding is the first priority. And there is a possibility that आप चीजें भूलो भी, because the gate syllabus is not very very hard.
हम्म।
It's just that it is so huge कि एक सब कुछ याद रखना only becomes challenging. But अगर आप properly समझ रहे हो ना, then बाद में आपको revision में कम time लगेगा. I can guarantee this. So just focus, just sit with a pen, rough notebook, and try to understand any subject that you're studying. And I think कि after one subject आप पूरा subject complete करेंगे, you can start with the PYQs, but again go easy on yourself. Don't think कि मुझे 100% PYQs खत्म करने हैं. Like everyone's strategy is different, your pace is different, तो सबका अलग होता है. There is no fixed thing that this is what you follow, so you will get a rank. And even for discrete mathematics and engineering mathematics, as sir said, that they will definitely build your aptitude. They will it will build your thinking capability. But you also have to see कि आपके केस में क्या fit बैठ रहा है, like what seems nice to you, you follow that. क्योंकि engineering mathematics is also very huge. तो अगर आप see, it depends. Now if you try to finish the entire subject, entire EM, and then move to the next subject, you might feel that अभी तक इतना time हो गया and you have done only one subject. And since
Mm-hmm.
your exams are also coming, I feel like probability, linear algebra, these sound like a common subjects ki ye to probability and LA hai, but I think the way it's been taught, there is a lot to learn here. So if you are having exams or submissions, then you can pick easier subjects as well and start with that. अगर आप linear algebra कर रहे हो तो वो finish कर लो, but it's not important कि you have decided कि पूरा EM ही एक बार में खत्म करना है. So just do what feels nice to you, and I would suggest कि मेरे हिसाब से आप at least 2 to 3 subjects आराम से complete कर सकते हो. At least 2 तो आप कर ही सकते हो. अगर आप C उठा लो या कोई easy उठा लो, then आपके 2 complete हो जाएंगे till the time you graduate.
um एंड मैम रिवीजन का क्या स्ट्रेटेजी होना चाहिए, लाइक लेक्चर्स कंप्लीट करने के बाद रिवीजन करना चाहिए, या फिर पूरा वो टॉपिक कंप्लीट करने के बाद, या फिर पूरा वो सब्जेक्ट रिवीजन की स्ट्रेटेजी कैसी होनी चाहिए ताकि
See,
लाइक
yeah.
भूले ना थ्रू आउट लाइक लॉन्ग टर्म में?
Yes. So see, I'll tell you what worked for me. आप एक सब्जेक्ट खत्म किया आपने, राइट? उसके साथ
हम्म
लाइक इंक्लूडिंग द टेस्ट, टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चंस जो भी हैं वो सब आपने किए. जब आप नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे जा रहे नेक्स्ट सब्जेक्ट पे जा रहे हो, तो आप एक सब्जेक्ट को 100% कंप्लीट करके तो नेक्स्ट पे लाइक नहीं जा पाओगे, कि इसका मैं PYQ ये वो सब खत्म करके फिर नेक्स्ट पे जाऊंगा. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो आप उसका अंडरस्टैंडिंग और लेक्चर्स पार्ट कंप्लीट कर लो. देन जब आप नेक्स्ट पे जा रहे हो, तो फर्स्ट वाले के PYQs सॉल्व करो. तो जब आप PYQs करोगे ना, ऑटोमेटिकली आप चीजें भूलोगे. फॉर द फर्स्ट राउंड आपको सब कुछ नहीं याद रहेगा. देन यू कैन गो, लाइक मैंने जैसे नोट्स मैंने बनाए नहीं थे, तो मैंने हर चीज के सॉफ्ट लाइक मेरे पास सॉफ्ट कॉपी थी सारे नोट्स की लैपटॉप में, और वो मैंने अलग 10 सब्जेक्ट्स के 10 फोल्डर्स थे, एंड उसमें भी टॉपिक वाइज PDF लेबल थी सारी. तो जब मेरे से कोई PYQ नहीं बनता था, मैं लाइक it took me very less time to go on that PDF, क्योंकि मैंने सब बहुत अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज किया था. So that is one thing. And जब आपके there is no fixed time कि आप हर एक महीने में रिवीजन करो या आप हर 2 महीने में रिवीजन करो, बट whenever आपके सब्जेक्ट्स कंप्लीट हो रहे हैं और आपको लग रहा है पहला वाला, लाइक you can just sit any day. Like आप आज सैटरडे you can think कि ठीक है ये सब्जेक्ट मैंने एक महीने पहले किया था, I'll just revise it. तो आप उसकी PDF जो भी आपके पास नोट्स है, you can go through the entire notes. दैट इज वन थिंग, राइट? उसके बाद जब आपके 5 to 6 सब अराउंड 5 सब्जेक्ट्स कंप्लीट हो गए थे कोर वाले, देन अगेन आप उन 5 के PYQs वापस से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. एज आई सेड कि मैंने 25 क्वेश्चंस अ डे वाला स्ट्रैटेजी अक्टूबर में लगाया था. तो तब जो सब्जेक्ट्स मैं कर चुकी थी वो भी इंक्लूसिव थे कि उसमें से भी आई कैन डू 25 क्वेश्चंस. तो वंस यू डू दोस PYQs, देन ऑटोमेटिकली रिविजन होता है. उसके बाद जब आप पहले तो एक एक करके सब्जेक्ट कंप्लीट कर रहे हो, जब आपके सारे एटलीस्ट 7 हो जाए, मे बी 7 या 8 हो जाए, या फिर 6 to 8 के बीच में जितने भी हो जाए, देन यू कैन स्टार्ट गिविंग मॉक टेस्ट ऑल्सो. तो जब आप मॉक टेस्ट दोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका फिर से क्वेश्चंस के थ्रू रिवीजन होगा ही. बट डेफिनेटली दैट इज नॉट इनफ आपको, क्योंकि एक एक हर सब्जेक्ट में बहुत सारी टॉपिक्स होते हैं, तो आपको वो तो रिवाइज करना ही है. तो दैट आई वुड से कि कोई फिक्स टाइम नहीं है, बट जस्ट मेक श्योर कि आप एटलीस्ट 1 से 2 बार वो सारे लेक्चर नोट्स को दे पाओ. एंड अनदर थिंग, अ रियलिटी चेक आई विल गिव यू, इज दैट जब आप फर्स्ट टाइम रिवाइज करने बैठोगे ना, तो सपोज आपने सपोज कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क उठाया, आप सैटरडे को बैठे हो एंड आप रिवाइज कर रहे हो, तो मे बी सुबह से काफी घंटे हो गए एंड आप सिर्फ वो थ्योरी रिवाइज कर रहे हो, तो वो अनप्रोडक्टिव फील हो सकता है. दैट आई डिडंट लर्न एनीथिंग न्यू टुडे. मैंने कोई क्वेश्चन भी सॉल्व नहीं किया, जस्ट जो पहले आता था वही वापस रिवाइज किया, बिकॉज आई फेल्ट लाइक आई एम फॉरगेटिंग थिंग्स. But that is a very important part of preparation. You have to do it. तो the first round would feel very lengthy. जब आप पहला रिवीजन करोगे तो आपको लगेगा कितना टाइम जा रहा है रिवीजन में, बट फिर उसके बाद सपोज यू रिवाइज इट, देन अगेन आप अपने आगे के लेक्चर्स करो ये वो. फिर जब आप उस सब्जेक्ट को दोबारा कभी रिवाइज करोगे ना, आप उससे मे बी हाफ टाइम में वापस से वो सारी PDF गो थ्रू कर लोगे, या अपने नोट्स अगर आपके पास है तो नोट्स आप गो थ्रू कर लोगे. बट गोइंग थ्रू नोट्स इज इम्पोर्टेंट. चाहे वो आपके हैंड रिटन नोट्स हो, टॉपर नोट्स हो, या फिर PDFs हो, यू हैव टू एटलीस्ट एक बार तो आपको वापस से स्टार्टिंग टू एंड पूरा कवर करना ही है. फॉर मी आई थिंक कि मैंने 2 बार तो किए थे अपने notes. For lengthier subjects तो मैंने किए ही थे.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you. That's it from my side. That's
Okay.
really helped me clear my confusions, and thank you. I'll work on your suggestion, ma'am.
Okay. Hi, Kshitij.
Hello.
Yes, Aryan.
Yes, my question is for Deepak sir and for you also. Currently, I am in sixth semester of my BTech. So attendance is not a big issue for my college. So I can give 8 to 10 hours daily. I am preparing for the first time for the gate. I attempted 26 gate but could not score well. So I have to complete the syllabus from starting to end. So as you mentioned that there is no perfect strategy to complete any preparation. So I totally agree. I want to ask for sir also and you also that what should be the mistake that I should not do to complete my preparation and to go with it.
Okay, so as I said that again, there is no, you are right, no perfect strategy. But I think overall the thing is कि आप, you take one subject at a time, understand it, move to the next, and solve questions for the previous one. So, you don't get completely out of touch for that one. Now, what you can start, one thing, mistakes that you should not do is that you should be consistent. You should not take breaks, right? Now that you're starting, if you're targeting GATE 2027, you have to make sure that you are consistent and you show up every day, right? Even if your schedule gets very busy, you still have to take out at least 1 hour and maintain the consistency. So for now only, I would, you know um, I would tell you or ask you to be consistent and be disciplined. Discipline is the most important thing in the entire preparation. There are many people who start with, full enthusiasm, but somewhere along the journey they lose discipline, and then they ultimately lose track. So every day just remind yourself that you have to be disciplined, and of course being disciplined is hard also. That is, I think, the most challenging part of the journey, is to keep yourself consistent. So one thing is, do that. Second is that, since you're just starting, I would really like you to think in a way that, you are giving gate for knowledge. Don't think about the results. When I was preparing, I did not even know what is the cutoff or marks versus cutoff rank, nothing. The entire thing is that, you have to think that you are learning things that a lot of people don't know. So you are all automatically standing out in some way. There are so many people who appear for gate, but honestly I feel, the ratio of the people who very seriously prepare is very less. So in your journey, don't forget that you are doing it for the knowledge part. If you understand the subjects, you have to think in a way. I would say that you are becoming a computer. You have done btech. Have you done btech in computer science or any BTech, whatever course you have done, I think you should, since if you're preparing for CS, you should think that, you are mastering computer science. And I used to think in that way, a lot of places, because when I used to study, I forgot somewhere along the course completion, I forgot about the rank, the course, the subject. When I used to watch lectures, I was amazed that, wow, this is how it works. This is how the compiler works in backend. This is how the memory is present or organized uh, in the system that I'm using or watching this lecture on. So honestly, that is how I felt in in my journey, especially again, especially when I was watching lectures from goclasses, when I was studying about threads, that topic, paging, like every single topic, I was amazed by the information or the knowledge I'm getting. So do it for the knowledge from day one. Just remind yourself that you are doing it for the knowledge. And with this mentality, you do not have to compare yourself with anybody else. You do not have to think how much your friends have covered or how much any XYZ person has covered. Just make sure that you understand everything and you enjoy it. So, this entire journey is going to be very beautiful. You will learn a lot of things, and just enjoy the process. Don't think it in a way that you are sacrificing anything, or you are studying for 8 to 10 hours, or you are managing things with college. I feel like you should be extremely happy that you are able to learn these things, and you should totally enjoy the process. So if I summarize, just enjoy the process, be extremely consistent and disciplined. It Being disciplined gives you huge rewards. And just learn every day. Just think about learning. Do not think about rank or result, or any like one exam day. That would be it from my side.
Uh, uh, Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. One last thing, going with two subjects at a time, or going with one subject at a time. Like for fun, we have to take with two subjects. If we are dividing the time daily, or going with one subject at a time, like better beneficial for the first time.
So actually, let me answer this doubt. Aryan, one subject or two subject, it completely depends on what you are feeling, what is best for you. Okay, so it's just a strategy. Different toppers can have their own strategy. Some toppers they follow two subject at a time. Some toppers they follow one subject at a time. You just see what is working best for you. Okay, you don't have to just listen to some topper or someone that okay that topper has followed two subject at a time, so I also have to do it. Okay, no, there is no such compulsion. You just see what is working the best for you. Okay, sometimes why some people they follow two subject at a time, because they get bored by one subject only. Okay, for 15 days, for 20 days, if they are learning only one subject, then sometimes some people they get bored. But on the other hand, many toppers they follow only one subject at a time. Okay, so the point is you just have to decide what is working best for you. That is one thing. Second thing, Aryan, you are preparing with college. Okay, I think you are in the fourth semester, right?
So sixth semester, but
Si-
attendance is not a big issue for me. Like
okay,
college is supportive
so
for the
with third
preparation.
year, what was your rank?
Sir, it was not ranked. Like I just attempted the gate, so to
Okay.
go what is the uh, experience for giving the gate. It was not for the preparation. I just don't started the preparation. Also, when I complete one subject at a time, I usually take 1 month. Like that feeling that I have not completed, I have not completed. That I literally took 2 months to go with C and DS, just because of that, because I thought I have not completed with this. I make full notes, then I made a short notes, I completed the PYQs. And that feeling that I have not completed it, that took 2 months to complete these two subjects.
So, Aryan, actually, this suggestion I am giving to everyone here. Okay, all the students who are learning with go classes, who are following go classes complete course for their gate cs preparation, let me tell you, at any point of time, if you think that you are short on time, okay, you have less time, or if you are panicking because of the time that has passed. Okay, so the point is, at any point of time, if any student feels that I am having less time, okay, then remember, you can follow the compact courses. The reason we have brought, the reason for bringing the compact course, that is so that you can follow compact courses when you are having less time. And remember, by following compact courses, you will be able to solve all the gate pyqs. Actually, if you follow any compact course, you will see one thing, that after every lecture I have taken gate pyqs. Okay, the point is, in the compact course itself, all the gate pyqs I am solving. Okay, it simply means that with compact course you will be able to solve all the gate pyqs. Okay, so again I am telling to all the students, for example, Aryan is here. Okay, with college he is preparing, with final year he is preparing, he is doing the preparation. So for some subjects you can follow the compact courses. Okay, so for example, right now we have compact course for discrete mathematics, for theory of computation, for DBMS, for digital logic. Okay, for these subjects you can follow the compact courses. For for some more courses like operating system, compiler design, computer organization, okay, so we are bringing the compact course for some more courses also. But the point is, let me tell you that even if you follow, let's assume, theory of computation, discrete mathematics, and digital logic, for these three subjects also, if you follow the compact course, then a lot of time you will be saving, and your panic will be gone. Okay, you are thinking that I have less time. Okay, I'm not in the sync with the ongoing schedule. Okay, so that panic will be gone. Okay, so then remember, for every subject you have, main course, and you have compact course. So then you can decide, okay, let me do, for this subject let me do the full course. Okay, and for this subject let me do the compact course. Okay, like that you can just decide. Okay, we are providing you many alternatives, I can say. Okay, and again I'm telling you, because all the compact courses so far, all the four compact courses are made by me. Particularly if you see the theory of computation, in the theory of computation, except the last module, countability, okay, except that module, everything I have covered in the compact course. Okay, so if you follow the theory of computation compact course and you skip the theory of computation full course, then also you will be able to solve all the questions, all the gate PYQs of theory of computation. Okay, so that way you can reduce your, I can say, panic of less time, and you can like uh, you can cover the subjects with gate PYQs. Okay, so this is a suggestion for everyone. Okay, so many students, they send me message that, sir, I'm having less time, I'm not in sync with the ongoing schedule, I'm in tension. Okay, I'm panicking. So the point is, I just give this suggestion to everyone. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Aryan? Hello, Aryan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm clear with that. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
so and
Yes.
one more suggestion, particularly for you, Aryan, that you
Yes.
are thinking that, okay, let me perfect this subject, then I will go to the next subject. Please don't do that. Okay, because it will never happen that you become perfect in some subject. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
as I told you, that perfection does not mean 100%. 100% is not a perfection, because no one can achieve it. Perfection simply means if you are comfortable with 70% gate PYQs of any subject, that is the perfection. Okay, and for the remaining 30% gate PYQs, remember, you can just go through the solution on the Gate Overflow website. You can try to understand it. Okay, even after that also, 5%, 10% questions will, you will not be able to understand. Okay, even after going through the solution, you will not be able to understand, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so no one can do, no one has done perfect preparation. Okay, so don't become, just like Mr. Perfectionist, Rahul Dravid, or maybe Amir Khan. Okay, don't do like that. Okay, Aryan, you are thinking that, okay, in C language and DS you spend a lot of time, because you are not getting that perfect feeling. Okay, so remember, this perfect feeling might never come. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. You can still get a top rank, you can get a single digit, double digit rank, okay, without having this perfect feeling. Okay, I hope it is
Yes.
clear.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Shitiz?
यस सर, am I audible सर?
Yes, it is.
यस सर. सर एक्चुअली मैं भी 6 सेमेस्टर में होगी. मेरा फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट होगा सर 2027. तो मुझे बस आप दोनों से कुछ इनपुट चाहिए थी मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी में. मैं एक बार अपनी बता देता हूँ, तो आपकी तरफ से कुछ अगर सजेशंस हो तो प्लीज ऐड कर दीजिए सर. तो मैंने सर, जैसे हमारा दिसंबर में 5th सेमेस्टर कंप्लीट हुआ था, तो मैंने सोचा था प्लेसमेंट और गेट की तैयारी साथ में करूंगा. तो जनवरी से फरवरी तक सर मैंने डीएसए कंप्लीटली फॉलो किया था सर. तो जैसे बाइनरी सर्च हो गया, रिकर्शन, बैक ट्रैकिंग, लिंक लिस्ट, ये सब सर मुझे अच्छे से आता है. तो मैंने कुछ गेट के पीवाईक्यूज भी ट्राई किए, बिना गेट के लेक्चर्स देखे तो मुझसे बन रहे थे सर. पर उसके बाद सर क्या हुआ, साथ में जैसे मैंने डीएम करने लगा, तो सर फिर पूरा दिन मैं 2 सब्जेक्ट्स नहीं कर पाया. तो मैंने सोचा प्लेसमेंट छोड़ देते हैं और गेट के लिए फुल्ली प्रिपेयर करते हैं. तो मार्च से मैंने सर वो डिसीजन ले लिया. तो सर अभी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, लेक्चर्स देखता हूँ, और जैसे एक चैप्टर जैसे प्रपोजिशन लॉजिक कंप्लीट हुआ था सर, तो फिर जैसे फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लॉजिक स्टार्ट हुआ, तो मैंने उस दौरान पीएल के पीवाईक्यूज कर लिए सारे सर. ऐसे ही मैं नेक्स्ट चैप्टर वाइज बढ़ते जा रहा हूँ, और शॉर्ट नोट्स सारे सब चैप्टर्स के बारी बारी बना रहा हूँ. और साइक्लिक वे में हर दिन रिपीट एक चैप्टर रिवाइज कर लेता हूँ सर। तो और क्विज भी दे रहा हूँ सर। पर पीवाईक्यूज में जैसे सर अभी ग्रुप थ्योरी लेटेस्ट कंप्लीट की थी मैंने, तो 33 पीवाईक्यूज थे सर, तो उससे 26 में से 27 ही बना पाया था सर। तो वही था सर, बस यही चल रहा है अभी, यही कंटिन्यूस चल रहा है मेरा दोनों सब्जेक्ट, यही कर पा रहा हूँ।
आपने ग्रुप थ्योरी के टोटल 33 पीवाईक्यू में से 27 खुद से बना लिए थे।
हाँ सर, 26 से 27 बन गए थे।
तो ये बस कैसे होता है? आपने बोला कि प्रगति, क्षितिज ने बोला कि मैं 33 गेट पीवाईक्यू में से बस 27 ही बना पाया, तो ये बस कैसे
नहीं
हुआ?
नहीं सर, फर्स्ट टाइम दे रहा हूँ ना, इसीलिए मेरे लिए मुझे लगा बस है। मुझे तो लग रहा सब पहले से 100% करके बैठे हैं।
लेट्स हियर फ्रॉम प्रगति कि प्रगति, आपने जब ग्रुप थ्योरी के गेट पीवाईक्यू लगाए खुद से, तो आप पहली बार में कितने गेट पीवाईक्यू आप कर पाए थे?
पर मेरे से तो आई थिंक ग्रुप थ्योरी के थे थोड़े, मतलब मुझे मेरे हिसाब से तो ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ग्रुप थ्योरी से, तो मेरे से तो आधे ही हुए थे आई वुड से। फर्स्ट गो में
उस-
26-27 हो जाते तो मतलब टॉपर लोडिंग।
नहीं सर, वो तो क्रेडिट सर को जाता है, सर ने पढ़ाया इतना बढ़िया।
लेकिन पॉइंट ये है क्षितिज की, जो सेम पॉइंट मैं आर्यन को भी बोल रहा था, कि अगर आप खुद से 70% गेट पीवाईक्यू अगर किसी भी टॉपिक या किसी भी सब्जेक्ट के अगर आप खुद से कंफर्टेबली एकदम क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग के साथ एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ सोल्व कर पा रहे हो, देन यू कैन जस्ट चेक मार्क दैट सब्जेक्ट दैट टॉपिक कि भाई हाँ ये टॉपिक मेरा हो गया है। ठीक है, रिमेंबर, मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा कि बाकी 30% क्वेश्चन को आपको देखना ही नहीं है, एकदम छोड़ देना, नहीं। आप बाकी जो 30% क्वेश्चन है उनके सॉल्यूशन से गो थ्रू हो। ठीक है, उनके सॉल्यूशन पढ़ो आप गेट और फ्लो की वेबसाइट के ऊपर, या जो वीडियो सॉल्यूशन हमने प्रोवाइड किए हैं वो देखो। आप उनसे गो थ्रू हो कि सॉल्यूशन में कि आपने कहाँ गलती करी और क्या आप उससे क्या सीख सकते हो, ये सारी चीजें आपको करनी है। लेकिन बात ऐसी है कि अगर आप 70% क्वेश्चन के अंदर कॉन्फिडेंट हो, ठीक है, 70% गेट पीवाईक्यू के अंदर अगर आप कॉन्फिडेंट हो किसी भी टॉपिक के लिए, तो इसका मतलब वो टॉपिक आपका एक स्ट्रॉन्ग टॉपिक है। ठीक है ना? तो नाउ क्षितिज, आपकी अभी फाइनल ईयर के साथ आप तैयारी कर रहे हो एंड इट विल बी योर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट। आपने थर्ड ईयर के साथ एग्जाम नहीं दिया?
नहीं सर, नहीं दिया था मैंने, प्रिपेयर नहीं किया था सर थर्ड ईयर,
प्रिपेयर
सेकेंड
नहीं
ईयर
किया
में।
था? अभी तक
नहीं
आपने
दिया
कितने सब्जेक्ट कर लिए?
सर, अभी तो मार्च से ही स्टार्ट किया है, तो डिस्क्रीट मैथ्स हो जाएगा मेरा सर, सी हो जाएगा, तो उसके बाद बाकी जैसे शेड्यूल को ही फॉलो कर रहा हूँ, टाइम टेबल।
अच्छा, सी आपने इंजीनियरिंग मैथ शुरू नहीं किया, आपने डिस्क्रीट और सी लैंग्वेज शुरू किया।
यस सर, सर इंजीनियरिंग मैथ दोनों टफ कर पाता था सर, थोड़ा डीएसए भी कर रहा था समय, तो डिफिकल्ट हो जाता, तो मैंने सोचा इंजीनियरिंग मैथ्स लास्ट में कर लूंगा, बाकी ऑर्डर वही है सर।
ठीक है, ओके। तो अभी आपका डाउट क्या है?
सर डाउट बोला आप लोग की तरफ से कुछ इनपुट हो तो बढ़िया है sir। मैं तो
ओके,
बस बता रहा हूँ कि
सो लेट्स हियर फ्रॉम प्रगति।
सो क्षितिज, आई थिंक आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी तो आई थिंक इट इज परफेक्ट इफ यू आर टेकिंग, जैसे आप कह रहे हो आप एक सब्जेक्ट कर रहे हो फिर उसके क्वेश्चंस भी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो और आपसे तो इतने बन भी रहे हैं, सो आई फील लाइक यू आर गोइंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन। बस एज लॉन्ग एज आप ये कंसिस्टेंसी और यही फ्लो मेंटेन करके रखोगे और आपसे पीवाईक्यूज बन रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स आप लेक्चर्स भी ढंग से सुन रहे हो। तो इफ आगे भी आप ऐसे जितने भी लेक्चर्स कर रहे हो ऐसे ही सुन रहे हो और ऐसे ही फिर प्रैक्टिस करोगे, so I think you're good to go. Just make sure कि you stay this consistent throughout the year, and बाकी अपना ये placement versus गेट वाला चीज दोबारा I would suggest, क्योंकि अभी भी आपने गेट डिसाइड किया, but there is a possibility कि again in the year you might feel placed, तो ये चीज से थोड़ा बच के रहना, that just stay fully focused on gate and यही consistency you should maintain.
ओके ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम। एक और मेरा क्वेश्चन था सर, जैसे अभी ग्रुप थ्योरी तक सर सारे चैप्टर्स इजीली निपट गए सर मेरे अच्छे से, पर सर जैसे कॉम्बिनेट्रिक्स अभी पढ़ रहा हूँ तो सर उसमें बहुत डिफिकल्टी आ रही है, कुछ कुछ मतलब केसेस एज केसेस वो सब नहीं बन रहे हैं, और उसके क्वेश्चन भी उतने नहीं लगा पा रहा हूँ सर ठीक से, मतलब जैसे आपके लेक्चर के क्वेश्चन होते हैं मैं पॉज करके सॉल्व करने की ट्राई करता हूँ, तो उसमें भी थोड़ी डिफिकल्टी आ रही है सर।
देखो,
So
यस
हाँ
यस यस प्रगति।
हाँ सर, आई वाज सेइंग दैट कि सबके वीक पॉइंट्स और स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स अलग होते हैं। इट इज़ नॉट मतलब ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपको हर सब्जेक्ट बहुत ही स्मूथली हो जाएगा। एंड अभी आपने जो स्टार्ट करा है तो इट इज़ वेरी नॉर्मल कि अभी आपको अगर लेक्चर भी आप देख रहे हो तो उसमें भी क्वेश्चन एक बार में नहीं बन रहा, दैट इज़ नॉर्मल। तो आप उसका सोल्यूशन देखो, और अगर आप सोल्यूशन देख के समझ के फिर मे बी स्टार्टिंग के 10 क्वेश्चन आप सबके सोल्यूशन देख रहे हो, देन ऑटोमेटिकली जो बाद वाले उसके बाद अगर आप पीवाईक्यूज कर रहे हो तो वो आपसे इजीली बनेंगे, या एटलीस्ट सेकंड राउंड में तब आपसे बनने लग जाएंगे। तो फर्स्ट टाइम में अगर नहीं हो रहा, दैट इज फाइन, आप एज लॉन्ग एज आप उसका सोल्यूशन अच्छे से समझ रहे हो, अगर उसकी मल्टीपल अप्रोच है वो सारी देख रहे हो, तो आपसे आगे के क्वेश्चंस अपने आप बनेंगे। यू जस्ट हैव टू बी पेशेंट एंड गिव टाइम।
थैंक यू।
So, Kshitij, remember, as Pragati is saying that, कि डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स जो है उनका उनकी जो हार्डनेस या डिफिकल्टी लेवल होता है वो भी डिफरेंट होता है ना। कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स अपने आप में इजी नहीं है, कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स किसी के लिए भी इजी नहीं है, ठीक है। हाँ, जब आप प्रैक्टिस करते हो, जब आप जो क्वेश्चन आपसे सॉल्व नहीं हुआ उसका आप सॉल्यूशन देखते हो, फिर आप सोचते हो कि अरे हाँ यार ये चीज मुझसे मिस हो गई, तो वो जो स्लोली स्लोली जो आप हर रॉन्ग क्वेश्चन के अंदर जो आप इंप्रूवमेंट कर रहे हो, लर्निंग कर रहे हो, उससे कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स इंप्रूव होता है। कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो कि ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार पढ़ा और तुरंत क्वेश्चन होने लग जाएंगे। उसके लिए आपको कंसिस्टेंट इंप्रूवमेंट और लर्निंग लगेगी। क्वेश्चन गलत होंगे, आप उनका सॉल्यूशन देखोगे, आप समझोगे कि अरे हाँ यार ये गलत कर दिया, अच्छा इसको ऐसे अप्रोच करना था, इसमें मैंने ये नहीं सोचा। मतलब इस तरह से आप उसको धीरे धीरे वो आपका एकदम बढ़िया बनेगा वो टॉपिक। कुछ कुछ सब्जेक्ट होते हैं जैसे प्रोपोजिशनल लॉजिक हो गया या जैसे ग्रुप थ्योरी हो गया, आपने एक बार पढ़ा और क्वेश्चन होने लग जाते हैं, ठीक है ना। प्रोपोजिशनल लॉजिक, फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लॉजिक आपने पढ़ा, एक बार पढ़ते ही क्वेश्चन होने लग जाते हैं। लेकिन कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स अपने आप में एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो कि आपको एक कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स खुद ही आपको बोलता है कि भाई हाँ कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ लिए, कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ने के बाद भी आपसे कुछ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व होंगे, कुछ नहीं होंगे। जो नहीं होंगे उनको आप वो इंप्रूव करो एंड लर्निंग पे फोकस करो, धीरे धीरे होगा। कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स एक दिन का टॉपिक है ही नहीं, ठीक है ना। ये जो मैथमेटिक्स के ये कुछ ऐसे टॉपिक्स हैं जो कि आपको स्लोली स्लोली आपके मतलब स्ट्रांग बनते हैं। जैसे इनके अंदर कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स है, प्रोबेबिलिटी है, प्रोबेबिलिटी के अंदर भी कॉम्बिनेटोरिक्स आ जाता है, ठीक है। तो इसलिए कुछ ऐसे ये टॉपिक्स हैं जो आपके स्लोली स्लोली ही स्ट्रांग बनेंगे। आप ऐसे ईगो पे मत आओ कि यार मेरे से इस टॉपिक के क्वेश्चन, मेरा ये टॉपिक कंप्लीट होते ही इसके क्वेश्चन मुझसे सोल्व क्यों नहीं हो रहे, ठीक है। बाकी के तो हो रहे थे, प्रोपोजिशन लॉजिक के तो मैंने कर दिए, ग्रुप थ्योरी के मैंने कर दिए, कॉम्बिनेटर्स के क्यों नहीं हो रहे। तो ऐसा मत सोचो, अलग अलग टॉपिक्स हैं, वो अलग अलग उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट है। वो टॉपिक खुद ही बोलता है कि भाई मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट है कि मैं स्लोली स्लोली स्ट्रांग बनता हूँ किसी भी स्टूडेंट के लिए, ठीक है ना। तो जस्ट जस्ट स्टे इन द गेम, जस्ट कीप लर्निंग, ओके, कीप इंप्रूविंग, everything will fall in the right places eventually, okay.
ओके सर। सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन है बस। सर एक्चुअली सर मैंने क्या सर, मेरी कॉलेज की लाइब्रेरी में बुक्स अवेलेबल रहते हैं सर, जो स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स जिससे आप भी करते हैं। तो मैं पीवाईक्यू से पहले उनके भी एक्सरसाइज सॉल्व कर लेता हूँ सर, बोरो करके। तो वो सर करूँ कंटिन्यू, क्योंकि उसमें टाइम बहुत जाता है। और सर एक लास्ट की टेस्ट अभी देना शुरू करूँ कि अभी रहने दो सर, जून जुलाई से स्टार्ट करूँ फिर?
क्षितिज, अगर आपको स्टैंडर्ड रिसोर्सेज या स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स के अगर एक्सरसाइजेज ही सॉल्व करनी होती खुद से, तो फिर गो क्लासेस ज्वाइन करने की नीड नहीं थी। हम हमारे हमारे लेक्चर्स के अंदर, वीकली क्विजेस के अंदर, टेस्ट सीरीज के अंदर, डीपीपी के अंदर हर जगह आपको स्टैंडर्ड रिसोर्सेज के क्वेश्चंस ही मिलेंगे, और वो भी फिल्टर्ड, जो गेट रेलिवेंट है सिर्फ वो, ठीक है। आप जब स्टैंडर्ड बुक के जब एक्सरसाइज के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हो तो उनमें से 10 क्वेश्चन में से सिर्फ हो सकता है कि 5 या 6 ही गेट रेलिवेंट हो। वो गेट रेलिवेंट क्वेश्चन आपको हमारे लेक्चर्स में, हमारे वीकली क्विज, टेस्ट सीरीज और डीपीपी में खुद ही मिल जाएंगे, ठीक है। तो इसलिए अपना जो टाइम है वो वहां से बचाओ। और आप देखते हो जो अनोटेड नोट्स हैं उनके अंदर भी स्क्रीनशॉट आपको मिलेंगे, स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स और स्टैंडर्ड रिसोर्सेज के बहुत सारे स्क्रीनशॉट आपको मिलेंगे। तो
यस
आपको स्टैंडर्ड रिसोर्सेज को खुद से फॉलो करने की नीड नहीं है, आपको गो क्लासेस फॉलो करना है। एंड थ्रू गो क्लासेस यू आर फॉलोइंग मल्टीपल स्टैंडर्ड रिसोर्सेज, मल्टीपल स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स, ठीक है ना। तो वहां से आपको टाइम बचा लेना है, एंड यू जस्ट स्पेंड योर टाइम ऑन द गेट पीवाईक्यूज, ऑन द वीकली क्यूजेस, ऑन द टेस्ट सीरीज, ऑन द डीपीपी। सेकंड चीज आपने पूछी कि टेस्ट कब से देने हैं, तो बात ऐसी है कि टेस्ट बहुत सारे हैं, टॉपिक वाइज टेस्ट, सब्जेक्ट वाइज टेस्ट, वीकली क्विजेस, ठीक है, फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट, ये सारी चीजें। फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट और जो ऑल इंडिया मॉक टेस्ट है वो तो आपको दिसंबर या जनवरी के अंदर, आपको दिसंबर से शुरू करना है। उससे पहले आप टेस्ट को बचा के नहीं रखना है, टेस्ट और वीकली क्विजेस को बचा के नहीं रखना है कि लास्ट में दूंगा। लास्ट में देने का टाइम ही नहीं बचेगा, क्योंकि वी हैव मोर देन 100 वीकली क्विजेस, वी हैव मोर देन 100 टेस्ट इन द टेस्ट सीरीज। तो इसलिए अभी से देना चालू करो, ठीक है ना। जैसे ही कोई टॉपिक कंप्लीट होता है उस टॉपिक की वीकली क्विजेस दे दो। जैसे ही पूरा सब्जेक्ट कंप्लीट होता है तो उस सब्जेक्ट के टॉपिक वाइज टेस्ट दे दो और सब्जेक्ट वाइज टेस्ट दे दो। और जो फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट है वो दिसंबर जनवरी के अंदर दे देना, ऑल इंडिया मॉक टेस्ट, फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट, ठीक है। तो अभी क्या होता है एक और चीज, कि जब आप वीकली क्विज और टेस्ट दोगे और उसमें जब कभी कभी जब मार्क्स कम आएंगे, तो थोड़ा डिमोटिवेट तो फील होगा, लेकिन थोड़ा उससे पुश भी मिलता है कि हाँ यार, लेजी बनने से काम नहीं चलेगा, मुझे और एफर्ट डालना है। तो उससे कुछ कुछ स्टूडेंट्स क्या है कि वो माइंडसेट की बात है, कुछ स्टूडेंट्स तो उससे क्या है कि और ज्यादा इंप्रूव करने लग जाते हैं, और ज्यादा पढ़ाई करने लग जाते हैं। और कुछ स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो लो मार्क्स देख के पढ़ाई कम कर देते हैं। तो आपको डिसाइड करना है कि आपको किस कैटेगरी में रहना है। जब आपके किसी टेस्ट में मार्क्स कम आए, तो आपको किस कैटेगरी में जाना है, कि आप और ज्यादा एफर्ट डालो, और ज्यादा पढ़ाई करो, और या फिर आप डिमोटिवेट होकर पढ़ाई छोड़ दो। ठीक है, तो आप सोच लो कि आपको किस कैटेगरी का स्टूडेंट बनना है। और बस ये माइंडसेट का ही गेम है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो टॉपर्स हैं, जैसे प्रगति है, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 285, उन्होंने जुलाई में शुरू की तैयारी, गेट की तैयारी। और उन्होंने एक एक लाइन बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग बोली कि उनको पता भी नहीं था कि कट ऑफ क्या है। उनको जॉब के साथ वो तैयारी कर रही हैं, और जुलाई के अंदर तैयारी शुरू करी है, और उनको ये आइडिया नहीं कि कट ऑफ क्या है। बस वो ठीक है, पढ़ रही हैं, मजा आ रहा है, कॉन्सेप्ट की मेमोरी कैसे काम कर रही है, सिस्टम कैसे काम कर रहा है, ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स किस तरह से हैं, वो समझ के बस उनको मजा आ रहा था। और बस धीरे धीरे, एंड सी बिकेम अ टॉपर इन जस्ट आई थिंक 6 और 7 मंथ्स। ओके, तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि जो बहुत सारे टॉपर्स हैं, वो टॉपर्स इसलिए हैं क्योंकि उनका माइंडसेट टॉपर वाला है। ठीक है, द माइंडसेट डज आई थिंक 50% ऑफ द वर्क। ओके, बाकी जो 50% है वो पढ़ाई, और ये पढ़ाई, प्रैक्टिस, पीवाईक्यू, इनसे होता है। लेकिन माइंडसेट से बहुत सारे लोग मैं देख रहा हूँ कि वो माइंडसेट से ही वो टॉपर हैं। ठीक है, सो आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन। ओके, तो आपको अपना बेस्ट देते रहो। ठीक है, ओके क्षितिज, इज योर डाउट क्लियर?
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I think we have spent more than 1.5 hour. Okay, so let's just take one last doubt by Mayank. Okay, so here Mayank is there, who has raised the hand. Okay, so hello Mayank.
गुड इवनिंग सर, गुड इवनिंग मैम। मैम
Hi,
मेरा
Mayank.
आपसे सवाल था कि जैसे आपने बताया आपने जॉब के साथ गेट की प्रिपरेशन करी है, तो आप अपनी स्लीप को और अपने प्रिपरेशन को कैसे टाइम देते थे? जैसे मेरे कॉलेज में अटेंडेंस मैंडेटरी है और मैं अभी फोर्थ सेम में हूँ, एंड मेरे लिए सब्जेक्ट सारे न्यू हैं। तो अगर मुझे भी अक्टूबर या नवंबर तक अपना सिलेबस कंप्लीट करना है, तो मुझे कैसे करना पड़ेगा? आपने कैसे मैनेज किया था?
See, so अक्टूबर तक सिलेबस कंप्लीट करना इज अ नाइस टारगेट, बट रियलिस्टिकली अगर आप ऑफ कोर्स ऐसा टारगेट बनाओगे तो वो स्ट्रेच होके, मतलब ठीक है, दिसंबर तक मेरा सिलेबस दिसंबर तक कंप्लीट हुआ था। नाउ अनदर थिंग आई फील लाइक, अगर आप मोटिवेटेड हो ना, अगर आप लर्निंग से मोटिवेट हो रहे हो, तो जैसे सर ने भी अभी बोला कि माइंडसेट डज 50% ऑफ द वर्क फॉर यू। तो अगर आपका माइंडसेट वैसा है कि आपको सीखना है, आपको करना है, तो इट इज पॉसिबल। आपको ऐसे जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको दिन में 10 घंटे चाहिए 1 साल के लिए टू क्रैक गेट। गेट इज ऑल अबाउट कि योर नॉलेज, लर्निंग, कंसिस्टेंसी, और आप अगर वो मेंटेन कर रहे हो तो यू आर गोइंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन। और स्लीप, आई विल से कि स्लीप तो इतना पॉसिबल नहीं था फॉर मी, क्योंकि टाइम कम था। तो ऑफ कोर्स आई वुड नॉट से कि आप यू कैन गेट 8 आवर्स ऑफ स्लीप। अगर अभी के हिसाब से जितना टाइम है, आई फील लाइक कि 6 hours is very sufficient. Otherwise, it used to be 4 to 5 hours also someday. But I think 6 is healthy. आपको ऐसे 8 hours of sleep is not fully required. And managing time with college, I would say कि आने के बाद also अगर आपको weekdays में 3 to 4 hours मिल रहे हैं, आपके पूरे weekends हैं आपके पास, then that is very sufficient to plan. You just take one subject at a time. Focus on learning कि आपको you should feel कि आपने कुछ नया सीखा है। एंड अगर आपको वो हर दिन फील हो रहा है कि आज मैंने एक टॉपिक पढ़ा, उससे मैंने कुछ नया सीखा जो कॉलेज में तो नहीं पढ़ाते थे, या फिर मुझे पहले नहीं पता था, देन आप सही जा रहे हो। आपको 10 सब्जेक्ट्स कंप्लीट करने हैं, एक बार में एक करो। थ्रू आउट जब तक आपका गेट एग्जाम नहीं होता ना, यू हैव टू बी मेंटली वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग। आप ऐसे आप किसी की जर्नी से खुद को कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते कि इनका 10 महीने में हुआ था, 11 महीने में। दे आर पीपल जो 5 महीने में भी कर लेते हैं। जस्ट बिकॉज इट डिपेंड्स कि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग कितनी है। आप एक सब्जेक्ट उठाओ एक टाइम पे, उसे कंप्लीट करने का फोकस करो। लॉन्ग टर्म मत सोचो कि मुझे लाइक अक्टूबर तक सब खत्म हो जाना चाहिए या फिर ऐसा। इट इज गुड टू हैव अ टारगेट, बट मतलब एम्फसाइज आप एक सब्जेक्ट पे करो या 2 सब्जेक्ट पे एट अ टाइम। और उसे समझ के आगे बढ़ो, क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करते जाओ। जो भी सब्जेक्ट, एक सब्जेक्ट होने के बाद मेक श्योर कि आप दिन में 1 या 2 घंटे निकाल रहे हो क्वेश्चंस के लिए भी, ताकि आपका क्वेश्चन से भी एक वो आपका एक हैबिट बनी रहे क्वेश्चंस करने की। और दैट्स इट। उस वैसे करोगे देन आपका सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो जाएगा टिल अक्टूबर। एंड ब्रेक्स मत लेना बीच में, बिकॉज इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग विथ college and hectic schedule hai, then you cannot afford breaks. So just remember that and be consistent.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Yes, and one thing also I would like to add कि जैसे मैंने पर्सनली लाइक व्हेन आई वाज प्रिपेयरिंग, एज आई सेड, मैंने कुछ भी नहीं देखा था। आई जस्ट केम विद अ थॉट कि मुझे गेट क्रैक करना है। लाइक आई डिड नॉट इवन हैव अ कोर्स और एनीथिंग, बिकॉज मेरे सर्कल में नो वन वाज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर गेट। सो अगेन आई विल से दैट फॉर मी आई वाज आई एंजॉयड गेट। मुझे सारे सब्जेक्ट्स पसंद थे, तो मेरे दिमाग में आई वुड से दैट आई वाज क्रेजी अबाउट इट, तो मुझे मजा आ रहा था। तो इफ आई टेल अबाउट माई प्रेपरेशन, ऑनेस्टली आई डोंट नो इफ इट वॉज हेल्दी और नॉट, क्योंकि माई स्लीप cycle was really very bad. I used to sleep only 4 hours every day. बट मुझे कभी भी एग्जॉस्टिंग नहीं लगा। मुझे थ्रू आउट द जर्नी आई वाज जस्ट एंजॉइंग। मैं देख रही थी ओके गेट में अभी इतना टाइम है, मैं इतना सीख चुकी हूँ, एंड आई जस्ट रियली लव्ड इट। आई यूज टू सी पीपल अराउंड मी, ऑनेस्टली इफ अगर मैं बहुत फ्रैंक होके बताऊं, तो आई यूज टू सी पीपल हु आर from after work they are going back, maybe going out for parties or whatever, or watching web series. So I used to look at that, and I used to feel so lucky that thank God I am doing something fruitful out of my life. So that was my motivation, that was my drive which kept me going. So अगर आप मोटिवेटेड हो, आपको खुशी मिल रही है अपनी प्रेपरेशन से, इतना टाइम देने से, देन यू विल नॉट नीड एनीथिंग एल्स। यू हैव द राइट रिसोर्सेज, आपके पास इतना टाइम है, आप बिल्कुल सही जगह पे हो। आप यहाँ के अगर सिर्फ आप इतना देखो, आप कि आपको बस ये लेक्चर्स करने हैं और ये क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, ये करोगे, आपकी रैंक आएगी ही आएगी। अगर आप सब लेक्चर्स देख रहे हो और क्वेश्चंस देख रहे हो, आपको एक भी और एक्स्ट्रा चीज नहीं करनी। यू जस्ट हैव टू फॉलो एवरीथिंग प्रोवाइडेड बाय गो क्लासेस। यू हैव योर मेंटर्स whom you can connect with any time for motivation, and आपको अंदर से मजा आना चाहिए। दैट इज इट।
Man, thank you.
So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you Pragati. So you have taken all the doubts, and in a very calm and in a very patient way you have answered all the doubts, you have resolved all the queries. So thank you Pragati for joining us in this session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Again, it was very lovely talking to you all.
And everyone, we will have more mentorship sessions with Pragati and also other toppers also. And with Pragati also, we will continue to have more mentorship sessions, because I can see the calm with which Pragati is answering all the doubts. That is really commendable. And I told Pragati yesterday also that you are answering all the doubts you are answering in a very patient way. Okay, so we will continue to have more mentorship sessions. Okay, so thank you everyone, and thank you Pragati again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.